Hello there, friends and RC family. My name is Alec from High Noon Hobbies, and if you're new to this channel, I very much appreciate you checking it out. I hope that you will stick around for at least this little 10-gate video, see if this content seems worth your while, and consider subscribing so that then I can say to you, if you aren't new here, welcome back to yet another Friday upload. Back up in the Uintas near the Bald Mountain Pass for our little cash comp. If you are unfamiliar, you can run back and check the last couple weekends of videos. We've been covering a few different runs, including a very interesting one with a TRX-6 running through one of the courses, which I was later informed by Cameron that 6-axled vehicles are actually allowed via Sorco rules. And you actually, I think, you get scale points for having that third axle. So 6-wheel, did I say 6-axle? 6-wheel, 6x6? Either way, they're apparently allowed in Sorca, so kind of cool. But we're out here with Ryan, and we're having a little bit, well, we got a late start, as we always do here on the High Noon channel. If you're unfamiliar, pretty much almost 60 to 75% of the time end up catching the competitor after they're already past the starting gate, but you know, it is what it is. We make do with what we've got and make a little time adjustment, and that's just fine. But here we are with Ryan, and if you don't know Ryan, he's actually quite a competitive driver here, but he's having some troubles up in this area, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the fact that even the best drivers have tough days, and you know, we've probably discussed this here and there on the channel before. I was actually having a discussion recently with Logan, or West Desert Wheeler, if you're familiar with that channel. If not, definitely recommend going and checking Logan out. He was actually over at this cash comp with us. Even though he lives down south near kind of the St. George area, he does make it up here to the north occasionally, and we really appreciate him coming up here and spending some time with us. Yeah, he was having a conversation with Logan about this recently, that even great drivers have really rough days, and sometimes it just seems like you're having an unlucky day. Sometimes maybe you're a little bit hairy on the trigger, you just got the jitters, maybe you didn't have a good enough breakfast. You know, whatever the case may be, even great drivers have tough goes at the course. So we're going to take a look at a tough go from Ryan here on this course, which we already know from our previous viewership of this course that it's not an easy one. This is a pretty challenging course. There's not really any particular point where this course lets up. You know, maybe you could say that gate he just went through is a little bit easier, a little bit of a gimme, but all of these gates are, you know, like we mentioned, they're all set by separate people, and everyone was setting some pretty hard gates. They were trying to challenge themselves, and it ended up being a pretty challenging course. So overall, I would say that once you got knocked off your kind of pedestal here, there wasn't really a whole lot of leeway, or there wasn't an easy way to climb your way back up the ladder and feel good about the run. So we're going to watch Ryan try here, and he actually hit that cone there, that gate, but he had already interesting. He had already gone through the gate, and he'd made it clean. I believe that gates are dead after you go through them, but I'm not certain for this particular competition. So as far as the channel knows, he did tap the gate after he had already made it clean, so we're not going to count the points there, just because I don't think they should have, even though I think maybe in the moment they were. We're gonna have to go back, review, have a little judges panel, and we'll discuss that later. But in the meantime, we're just going to say that gate didn't happen. And here we are trying the bonus gate now, trying to make up a little bit of ground. You can see this is, as if you don't remember, this is a really tough bonus gate. Where his passenger tire was just there is an absolutely gigantic hole that just wants to eat you alive. And it's very difficult to counteract that hole and make your way up onto this ledge. And you can see now Ryan's made it up onto the ledge with both tires, and he's fighting for everything he's got to keep those 2 tires up on the ledge so you can drag the rear end with the front. Unfortunately, he just by the hair of his chin nicks that cone, and I don't think that would have been a gate if that was a tennis ball. It's unfortunate that was an orange cone there, which caused him to bump into it with just the very top of his tire, where it was leaned over closer to his truck, and so just a very unfortunate go. Now, you can see there that reverse. This is a really tight course. This is giving you a good kind of good idea of how tight you have to be turning to make these gates, and or how well you have to plan your line out to be able to not take reverses. So tough go with a couple of reverses throughout, just because Ryan is having a difficult time actually finding the lines, and that's just what happens. Excuse me. I was talking to Ryan after both his runs, and he was saying, man, I haven't driven in a little while. I haven't gotten behind the controller and behind the truck and really felt it out in maybe over a month, is what he was saying. And that will have an impact, especially just even if you're a great driver, even if you know your truck very well. It'll have an impact in terms of your just your comfortability with the truck. First off, your trigger finger, I've noticed you lose the throttle control very quickly, so that's something to consider. And then also just kind of, I don't know, the eye for the line is difficult. It's something that has to be curated and maintained, I would say. Knowing exactly the right angle to throw yourself at it, even if you know your truck, knowing the right angle to throw yourself at an obstacle can be really difficult if you haven't gotten out in a little while. So I think it's a combination of factors that really kind of pent up or built up against Ryan here and caused this run to be a really tough one for him. You can see, I think the great thing, or the thing that I am the most impressed with, is that Ryan was really trying until the very end. He was having some shit luck. For someone who is used to getting in the negatives every time that he runs, this can really be significantly demotivating. And I know that's tough, because I know, at least myself, over the last little while, as I've gotten better at comping, and I know plenty of people that regularly experience runs like this, and this is kind of just a video to remind you that everyone has runs like this. Even the best drivers, even the really experienced guys who've been out here for a long time, they all experience lines like this or runs like this, and it is what it is. As long as you keep your wits about you, and you remember that you're just supposed to be enjoying yourself, you'll make it through the run. It's not going to be the end of your life, and at the end of it, you can go back, you can take a look at what you did right, what you did wrong. I definitely encourage everyone to record the runs, have a friend record the run. I think it provides a lot of insights, but you can go back, you can take a look at it if you want to, or you can completely forget about it, because it doesn't really matter, and it is what it is. And so, yeah, that's my message for you today. Remember to just enjoy crawling. Everyone has bad days. Everyone has trouble. And as long as you enjoy yourself, that's all that really matters. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. And, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Remember, if you got it to the end of the video, go ahead and like this video because, well, you're here. So I appreciate you. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.